And welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration, sponsored by world-renowned speaker, author, trainer, and coach, Mr. Les Brown. We're so delighted that you have taken time out of your Monday schedule to join us for this call. We thank you for inviting new friends to be here. And to all of our first-time listeners, we want to say welcome and thank you. Mr. Brown is excited to know that he has built a community of individuals who are focused on their growth and development and stepping into the greatness that lives within them. So he thanks you personally from the bottom of his heart for your support of this call. He's been doing this free platform for years, for decades, and those who are seriously serious about where they're going in their life, tune in and take advantage of the opportunity. You get to hear him live when he's not traveling, and then you also get to experience the platinum speakers, the people that he has worked with, that he's poured in all of his knowledge and greatness so that we can carry on the work, that we can share in being a part of his voices of hope that are transforming this globe one person at a time. So this past weekend, Mr. Brown was very busy working with those at one of his last engagements for the year 2015 in the United States. He's only doing limited engagements, and he will be in D.C. tomorrow for Get Motivated. So those of you that are in D.C., I will give you some more information about that if you want to meet him in person. But he is only taking time to work with the people who want to go to the next level, and that's what he did this past weekend. There was an awesome training that happened in Orlando, Florida. I just flew back in this morning, and he got a chance to meet people literally from all over the globe that flew into Atlanta that had a story, had a voice, something they wanted to share, and he was able to give them some of the techniques, the skills, the information, actual role model and role playing and helping people to get comfortable with stepping into their greatness and using their voices to change the planet. I can't even begin to tell you how many lives were transformed, how many people left out of there feeling just like they could fly, like the song said. So he has given it all this past weekend, and he said tonight, I need to just regroup and get ready for tomorrow. So he's entrusted me to hold down this line. And my name is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant. I'm not only your host tonight, but I'm also going to be bringing a special message to you. So on behalf of Mr. Brown, we invite you to go to his website for continued updates on where he'll be and trainings that are happening. And that website is www.lesbrown.com. Some of you found out about this call by visiting there. And you can also communicate with Mr. Brown, who's very active on Facebook. And that's brown.les, brown.les on Facebook, where he posts his messages and inspirational words and thoughts and ideas that can invite you to really grow to a new place of being. And that's just the exciting thing when you can be a part of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships. And that's all he knows. That's what he does. And we're excited that this family of individuals that tune in every single Monday night. You hear voices like Dr. Ruben West. You heard Wade Randolph last week. You hear Anita Hicks as she comes on as well. And we host this call and manage all of the wonderful information that transfers through these lines so that you can get your dose of inspiration for the week and be able to walk with volume and velocity towards your goals and your dreams. So with that being said, I want to share something special with you that I've been using and sharing on social media, particularly on Periscope. That's a platform that some of you might be familiar with, and if you're not, I invite you to just check it out. It's another way of interacting with people who have higher level conversations about their skills, their work information. Some are teaching how to speak. Some are teaching how to cook. There's all sorts of information. That's what the internet has done, if you use it for good, that it can be a source of information and growth opportunities by connecting with individuals that actually can add value to your life. So in the community that I've built in Periscope, I shared something, and I want all of you to think about it with me. It's September. It's the 9th month in 2015. And when we think about the things that we want to manifest, the things that we want to do, let's think about life. It takes 9 months for human life to form and come into the world in most cases, outside of early deliveries or even a late delivery. But it takes 9 months for us to be able to grow and expand in the carrier and the mother that's bringing you into the world. So when you think about the things that you've been carrying, the things that you've been experiencing, the things that you thought about when the turn of this year began, when the ball dropped and you had your desires, you had your goals, your dreams. Some people call it resolutions. Think back to the things that you had inside of you that you wanted to give birth to. Well, now is the time. This month of September, it's not over. There's still some more months left, some more opportunity for you to still manifest and give birth to in this beginning of the fourth quarter in 2015. Think about it. I want you to think, was it a special project that you wanted to complete this year? Was it a relationship you wanted to mend? Was it a product that you wanted to develop? Was it a speaking platform that you wanted to begin? Was it an opportunity to invest in real estate? Maybe you wanted to start a community organization. Maybe you wanted to help create a legacy for your family. It was just something that was sitting inside of you that has been growing, that you've been yearning for, that as you tune in regularly to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call and you hear Les Brown, or you hear one of the platinum speakers, or maybe you tune in on YouTube to personal growth and development channels. Maybe you've read a recent book that's inspired something in you. It's ignited a fire. And you're like, wow, I'm ready to give birth. It's weighing so heavy. It's ready to come out. It's ready to be let loose on the world. Well, I invite you to think about that thing right now. If you haven't written it down anywhere, if you haven't recorded it anywhere, if you haven't taken the time to document the very thing that you've declared and decreed, do that right now. I'm big on journaling. I'm big on capturing information because that's the only way we can hold ourselves accountable to the things that we want. So in this month of September, in this month of manifestation, in this month of giving birth to our goals and dreams, I shared something, and I want to share it with you tonight. I want to give you this gift tonight. It's Beast Mode Decoded. And I called it hashtag Beast Mode Decoded because on social media, when we deal with the hashtags, all that is a number sign. And you put that in front of something, you call it hashtag. And I said I wanted to talk about hashtag Beast Mode Decoded for the month of September, bringing to fruition the things that we desire, the things that we're seeking. And words have power. And I hear individuals talk sometimes about their version of intensity, their version of working with a sense of urgency, their intention of how they want to play full and really not hold back and give it their all. And we use the word beast mode, baby. And if you think about sports teams and players, and I'm a mother of 2 young men who play the game of football, so I've had to learn a lot about some of the fun aggression, I'll call it, when it comes to the sport and getting everyone's mind ready and the team pumped up and excited. And beast mode means you're playing full out, you're going hard, no excuses. And for me, I said, wait a minute, though. I want to just be careful in how the words are used and what words we speak. And I want you to make a note of that. Start really taking inventory on the kind of words that come out of your mouth, the kind of words that you use, because they do have power. So I said, if I'm going to talk about beast mode and give that word power, I needed to decode it. I needed to decode hashtag beast mode. I needed those who heard me reference it or to say it know exactly what I mean when I say it's time to play full, it's time to get it done, it's time to operate in beast mode. So I'm going to decode it for you tonight. I'm going to tell you what it is that I'm giving life to in these words. So the first part of decoding beast mode is believing it's possible. That's the B, so write that down for me. Believing it's possible. And if you're driving, no writing it down. You'll have to just record it to memory or listen to a replay, but definitely be safe while driving. But believing it's possible, I want you to write that down. Why do I say believing it's possible? Because sometimes when we're looking at our life, when we're looking at situations and they haven't fully manifested, it's hard for our brain to attach to the belief that it can happen. So if we are saying, I'm a millionaire, and then you turn around and look in your bank account and it's -10 or maybe -$100, will you really be able to say, I'm a millionaire, and believe it? But if you can shift your language slightly to say, it's possible that I can be a millionaire, it's possible that I can get out of debt, it's possible that I can make changes in my financial behavior and be accountable for how I spend, save, and invest my money, that I could be a millionaire. It is possible. There are people who have gone from homeless to millionaire. There are people who have gone from abandoned by family to millionaire. So when you think in those terms and you shift to what's possible, it opens up a whole different way of operating. No longer is there a disconnect in your mind and in your spirit because you don't see the current manifestation of the $1 million in your bank account. You're not just looking at what the negative might say, but you're seeing that it is possible to make some adjustments, to make some changes in your life so that you can be a millionaire. So I hope that makes sense to you when you think about how you operate, the things that you're saying. If you can shift your language slightly, imagine how you open up new worlds. Because now, if you believe it's possible for you to be a millionaire, you will have more responsible behavior with your finances. You will start to get help and assistance in the areas where you might not be strong. Maybe it's not a financial goal that you have. Maybe it's the fact that I want to be in a loving, supportive relationship, and you might have just gone through a divorce. Or maybe you've had someone hurt you so deeply you don't know if you can trust again. But if you can think that it's possible to find an individual that honors you, that respects you, that appreciates and values you, you will leave yourself open to the possibility of what can happen and not focus on the past and what that has left you, but look at the future and what's open to you. So the first part of decoding beast mode is believing it's possible. The second part, executing daily. That's what the E is for, executing daily. See, without continuous effort, without placing ourselves and holding ourselves accountable for doing the work, nothing will work. I'll repeat that again. If we don't hold ourselves responsible for doing the work, nothing will work. Nothing works until you do. So executing daily is challenging yourself to do a little bit every day. The old adage says, Rome wasn't built in a day. That things just don't happen overnight. When I think about one of my favorite books that I mention time and time again because it still just blows my mind, the way Malcolm Gladwell put it in the book, The Outliers, 10,000 hours of mastery. But those 10,000 hours of mastery begins with the first hour and then the second hour. And it's not 10,000 hours in one day. It's 10,000 hours over a span of the journey of your life. So in order for you to get the traction, in order for you to get the kind of success you're looking for, executing daily keeps you disciplined. It keeps you on target. It keeps you remembering what's really important. And if you're not executing daily on the thing that you want, on the area in your life that you want to improve, and the relationships that you want to have, on the financial wellness that you're looking for, on your health and fitness, whatever it is, if you're not executing daily, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So the challenge is, how can I discipline myself just a little bit more so that I can achieve the very things that I'm looking for? So those are the first two, believing it's possible, executing daily. And now the next one's one of my favorites, acting in faith. That's the A, acting in faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, by the one book that means the most to me in my life. Understanding and knowing that we're not always going to see what's ahead. We're not always going to know how it's going to work out. And quite frankly, that's none of our business. What is our business is that we hold the vision. What is our business is that we understand that sometimes you have to build the plane while flying it. As Les Brown would say, jump and grow your wings on the way down. Sometimes you just have to take that step. You've heard me share this quote before if you've ever listened in on one of my trainings from Martin Luther King Jr. Faith is taking the first step, even without seeing the entire staircase. Sometimes you just have to move. It doesn't have to always make sense. It doesn't have to always add up. You can figure it out. You can clean it up. You can change it around once you've gotten started. But if you don't get started, if you don't act in faith, if you don't move forward, then nothing gets done. The ability to move with your vision, to move with a burning sensation inside of your spirit, the thing that you want to release and manifest in the world, begins with you understanding that as you act in faith, as you take one step, and then the next step, you start to do the next part of beast mode, which is sustaining the momentum. That's what the S stands for, sustaining the momentum. Because every time you take a step, every time you read another book, every time you invest in another program, every time you listen to another voice that is pouring into you, every time you go to another conference, every time you sit quietly with yourself and just meditate over the things that you want, you start to build momentum. You start to feel the excitement. You start to get to the point where you can feel the traction building. Sustaining the momentum means that if you never worked out a day in your life, you're not going to run a marathon tomorrow. But if you can get up and just walk for 5 minutes, if you can get up and just drink 3 extra glasses of water, and then the next day you drink another 3, and then maybe you walk 10 more miles or steps, and then you build that up till it gets to 10 miles, you start to build and sustain momentum. And in sustaining the momentum, you start to hit some pay dirt. You're like, wow, I can really do this. You know, when I think about driving a car, if anyone on the call tonight can think back to the first time they actually drove a car, for those who have, or even rode on a bicycle, the very first time, it feels like the car weighs 10 million pounds. Your hands are shaking, you're on the steering wheel, and you're holding on for dear life, and you barely want to touch the gas. You're just very cautious, and you're like, okay, I can do this. And then you might start off on a side road, and you're shaking and you're nervous, but as you practice, day after day, as you get behind that wheel one more time, as you get on that bicycle one more time, your muscles start to loosen up. Your confidence starts to build, and then it doesn't feel like it's so heavy and so hard, and you start adding some more gas, and before you know it, you're speeding. Before you know it, you're doing one-hand wheelies because you've sustained the momentum of learning and growing through the process. See, in beast mode, you're learning. You're growing. There's something that you are attacking full on in your life. There's something that you need to manifest, something that you can no longer sit back and wait to happen. That now is the time that you're ready to see it come to fruition, for you to give birth to something new in your life. In my Destiny Designers University, we talk about the fact that we graduate to the next best version of ourselves by turning inspiration into results. And that brings me to the last part of Beast Mode Decoded, and that is triumphant in completion. It feels so good when you can get something completed. Think about the things that you do on a daily basis. If you could just get them off of your to-do list, you feel so much better. If you can just check the box and know that it's finally done, a weight is lifted off of you. And that triumphant in completion, that's where the beast mode, and you think about, I'll go back to the sports analogy when they're on the field, beast mode, let's go. And everyone's pumped up and excited and they're beating their chest and they're jumping through hoops because they're ready to play full out. Well, my decoding of beast mode will hopefully help you position your mind to play full out, to believe that it's possible, to execute daily, to act in faith, sustain the momentum, and be triumphant in completion. That is the mission that I've been on for this entire month of September, teaching that and training that and inspiring others to move from just inspiration, but to results. What's the traction? What are you going to be able to celebrate? What is it that you are actually going to finish? No more talking about it, but getting it done. No more dreaming about it, but getting it done. No more making excuses, but getting it done. And surrounding yourself with individuals who will allow you to tap in to that part of yourself that you have yet to touch, to tap in to the greatness that Les Brown talks about, to tap into that area that has not been explored, that if you push just a little harder, if you stretch just a little bit more, your victory is in your reach. That's what hashtag BEASTMODE Decoded has been for me. And I hope for you, as you think about your goals and your dreams, as you think about the things that you want to see manifested, as you think about the fact that this is the first month in the last quarter of this year, that it's time to turn up the volume, that it's time now for you to move like you've never done before, to get to the point where you have the success, the testimony, and the movement in your life that you're looking for at this period. Because life is a journey. We don't get to a point where we've accomplished it all. What we do is a series of steps to improve ourselves, to improve not only our surroundings and our physical well-being and our financial well-being, not just those things, they're important, but we liberate ourselves by accomplishing step by step a higher level of operating on a daily basis. And when we can do that, we allow other people to do the same because there are people watching you. For those who have children, children watch what you do, not what you say. For those of you that have friends that seem to be stuck or they need guidance and help, every time you have a victory, you give them an opportunity to dream that is possible for them. Those of you on jobs with coworkers who might be down and out or not sure about the economy and what's next, every time you press forward, every time you have another triumph, they can look through you as an example. For those of you that are in business for yourself, those of you that are creating services, products, programs, you're implementing information and materials and resources to change other people's lives. Every time you succeed, you prove that it's possible for them to do the same. So I invite you to be a part of this movement that I've created. I invite you to be a part of what I call Team Destiny. When we focus on this hashtag Beast Mode Decoded, when we are clear about the fact that what we've been given hasn't been given for us to keep, but for us to share. And you, right now, you are ready. You're primed. You're ready for delivery. It's your time. This is your season. This is your moment. This is your opportunity. And the only thing that's standing in the way of you and giving birth to the best version of yourself is your ability to stay the course and not quit before your blessing. So if this is something that makes sense to you, and you say, Dr. Stacie, I want to print that out. I want to have my own copy of Beast Mode Decoded. You can have it. And I'm going to give you something to text real quick, and you can get your copy. What will happen is we'll get you in the database. We'll shoot it right out to you for free, no charge. I just want to make sure that enough lives are touched, that everybody is operating in beast mode, but understanding what it means, understanding what the words mean. That Beast Mode Decoded is about believing it's possible, executing daily, acting in faith, sustaining the momentum, and triumphant in completion. I want this to go viral. I want this message to impact lives globally. I want everybody on their grind every day, pushing forth and giving birth to the things, the goals, the dreams, the products, the services, the community programs that they've been given. Because here's the deal. We only get one chance to do this thing called life. And what you've been given, only you've been given. And we need your gifts. We need your talents. We need you to show up in the world in a way that will help the rest of us to continue to shine. So if this makes sense to you, if you are truly, truly ready for the next level, I want to hear about it when I open up the call. I want to hear what you're moving forward with. I want to hear that this is the time that you are seeking to become the best you can be. And then you can get your copy by just texting the word sunshine. See, I call everyone sunshine because I believe in the radiance of who we are and how that resonates. So if you just text the word sunshine to 63975, that's 63975, nice and easy. If you text the word sunshine there, I will have my team send you out the Beast Mode Decoded so you can have it for yourself. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your tablet. You can print it out, whatever you need to do to stay focused on getting done what you need to get done still in this month of September. And whatever is left over, we just keep moving for the months of October through December, but we're not going to wait till next year. We're not going to wait till next month. We're going to start now, and we can always make it better. It's not about being perfect, but it's about having something to perfect. So if we can get in that focus, if we can stay in that vein, if we can do this work daily, imagine where we'll be when we close out 2015 and let this be the best quarter of this year, primed and positioned for next year being even better. But we have to start what we have. If we master over a few, we'll be master over many. So that is my story tonight. I'm sticking to it. And when I open up this call, I promised you I would at the end, I want to hear what it is that you're moving forward with in Beast Mode. And if this is going to help you stay focused, stay the course, and produce the results. This is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant, and I thank you for opening up your heart, lending me your ears, and for us to have this conversation tonight. So when I press the buttons, you will be able to unmute your line by pressing *6 to share your comments and your thoughts with me, and then let's go, baby. We have work to do. Stand by, everybody.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Hello?
Hello? Hello. Yes.
Hello?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just wanted you to know, one, my team and I, we listen to your call every Monday. We met Les Brown, Mr. Les Brown last year. He was actually the person who inspired me to quit my job and pursue this full time. And then we met after I met a colleague of his before. And anyway, long story short, we're proud to announce that we're launching 2 websites tonight. We out of a total of 11 that we own. It's basically an entrepreneurial standpoint on societal, environmental, political, social issues, and we're standing as a creative collective and adding solutions to a lot of the world. We're cross-industrial. Oh, sorry. It's called Freedom of All Mankind, and we're launching the Constructive Creative Union, which is our network.
Well, that is awesome, and thank you for sharing that and being here. It's about getting it done. That's what I want to hear. And you continue moving forward and sharing your voice. We all have our assignment, and now that you've stepped up, you've shared it out, who is seeking you will find you, and you'll be able to add value to their lives. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Dr. Grant.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, who's that?
Hi, my name is Edwin Garcia. I'm calling you from Miami, Florida. How are you today?
I'm excellent, Edwin. Great to hear your voice. How are you?
I'm doing better than great. Thank you so much for asking. I got to say, this is about the third time I've called, and today's call was profound. I mean, it was excellent and exceptional in every sense of the word. And I'm actually I'm actually interested in, I mean, I've been following Les Brown for many years now. I'll never forget the first time I heard his talk on negative people, and it changed my life forever. So it's continued to resonate with me. I'm actually pursuing my own endeavors in speaking, and I'm actually quite involved in the community, various engagement. I want to know how can I become a platinum speaker for Les Brown?
Absolutely. Well, we love that, and I'm going to give you information from Valerie Parker, who handles the Platinum Speaker Program for our team, and you can send her a direct email. We just had a few people join the family. They actually might be on the call tonight. So excited that you are here and interested. So I'm going to give you that email address, and you can shoot her an email and say, I was on the Motivational Monday Night Call, and I want to become a platinum speaker.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, another question I had for you was, how can I get it? I'm sorry. I apologize for being rude and interrupting. I just had a quick question. Is there a way of obtaining this call that's being recorded to go back and listen?
There is a way to do that. I will provide that as well. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give you one email to make life easier. And if you just send the information, this is what I'll do. I'll make it nice and easy. That short code, if you text the word sunshine.
Yes, ma'am.
And you got it? Now you're going to text that word to the short code that I gave you, and what I'll do is for everyone that sends that, I'll send you the Beast Mode Decoded, as well as the information on how to become a platinum and a copy of the call. Is that fair?
That is more than fair. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you're going to text the word sunshine to 63975.
Okay, and then you provide all three.
All three. We're going to take everyone who texts that in tonight, and we'll provide all three, and you'll get that. That's a special. We don't always give out the recordings, but you're going to get it. You ask not, you have not. So you ask, there you go. Everybody on the call needs to thank you. They all get it. So text the word sunshine.
Thank you.
63975.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank
Dr.
you, everyone. Philadelphia.
You're welcome. Yes, I hear another voice. Go right ahead.
Yes, this is Jabari from Philadelphia. I actually attended a Les Brown workshop in February of this year in Orlando, and it was wonderful. And ever since then, I've been trying to become more involved with all of his events, and this call included. And I have to say that this call was fantastic. I'm sure everyone here feels the same way. But I personally have been doing a lot of growth and development on my own, and have really been seeing success in my future. And it's due to me listening to Les Brown, on a daily basis, first thing in the morning, first thing at, during lunch, and also in the evening. And I've really been feeding and watching my spirit grow. And then listening to your speech tonight, I really feel additional growth that I couldn't have envisioned prior to this call now coming to fruition. So I want to thank you, let you know that I believe in your dream and I really support it. And I thank you very much for your time today. And I also had a question. So your approach to goals, achieving goals and achieving dreams seems to be very much based on looking at the language of how we describe those dreams, which is kind of something that I'm interested in. So I wanted to know, what was your inspiration for dream designers?
For Destiny Designers, absolutely. So that was divine for me. I am very clear that God gave me this platform for a reason. And, everyone believes in different things, and I don't tell people what to believe in, but I know where my faith comes from. And being in alignment with what I've been given as my assignment allowed me to listen in to this Destiny Designers University of being a place where we walk in the destiny we've already been given. We get the tools that we need to balance the areas in our life mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically so that we can bring the best of who we are to the planet. And I truly believe if we work on ourselves from the inside out, we will allow other people to do the same, and it becomes a ripple, and we can literally change this globe one person at a time.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing that and for sharing that you listen to Mr. Brown. That's why we do this work. He's encouraged us and told us the importance of sharing our voices in a way that it will live on forever, because you never know who is waiting for your word or your message. So thank you for affirming to me tonight that my work is not in vain, that he has poured into me, and that's not in vain, that I can share this voice, share this platform, and develop lives to be bigger and better than they ever imagined.
It is very good. Thank you very much.
Hey, Dr. Stacie. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hear two voices. Is that
Dr. Stacie, this is Yvonne.
This is Siobhan. Is Yvonne?
This is Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne. I heard Yvonne and two gentlemen and another lady, so we'll take it in that order. How you doing, Yvonne?
I'm doing good. How are you, Dr. Stacie?
I am excellent. Great to hear your voice.
Great to hear you, Dr. Stacie. That was an awesome word tonight, and I love that beast mode. Beast mode decoded. I love it, and that's my catchphrase for the end of this fourth quarter. Dr. Stacie, those words were so encouraging. I've took my notes, and I'm operating in my beast mode from here to the end of the quarter. And I already spoke to you before, and you know that my goal is to be a motivational speaker, and I'm going to follow right behind you in your footsteps, and I'm in beast mode as of today. And tomorrow I'm excited because I'm going to see Les in D.C. So
awesome.
You pushed me, and now he's going to get me running, so I'm ready. Thank you so much, Dr. Stacie.
You are very welcome, and you tell him that you were on the call tonight. He is looking forward to meeting everyone that can be there tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome event. So I'm so glad to hear that you'll be there. And, yeah, Beast Mode Decoded. Just make sure when you quote it, you put at Stacie NC Grant. You know, we have to give people credit for their stuff. So if I see my Beast Mode around the place and nobody put my name, that's 30 lashes with a wet noodle. One at a time.
I'll go second.
Yeah. Okay, go right ahead.
This is Patricia. Oh, I'm not a gentleman. I'm a lady.
Okay. All right, Patricia. The guys speak up fast enough, Patricia, so now you're in. Take it away, Patricia.
Yes. This is my first time being on. I have been to Les Brown on a few presentations, but this has really been an inspiration to me. And it has inspired me to continue what I'm doing. But I was coming in to see if I could get some assistance with some of my goals and ideas, because you spoke so highly on some of the things that we need as far as to be continuous in building up and adding toward our momentum. And I thought that was so great, because I started on a young adult and youth empowerment program about 6 months ago. Did not expect to grow and develop as it has. And so now I need to turn that into what it needs to be, fully and completely, because I speak with the youth and the young adults, and many of them want to be motivational speakers. So that's why I need the assistance and give me some direction in how to give them what it is they need to become better equipped for what they want to do. But this is great. This is really wonderful here.
Well, I am so glad, and if you text the word sunshine already, if you follow those instructions, you will have a way to also connect with me, and I can give you some additional support. So remember, if you text the word sunshine to 63975, you're going to get a copy of tonight's call. You'll get the Beast Mode Decoded, and you'll get information on how you can join Les Brown Platinum Speakers Program.
Okay, I thank you so much. This is so wonderful.
Oh, you are welcome, and you made my spirit happy knowing that this was a blessing to so many of you. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right,
hey, Dr. Stacie?
Yes, I'm
My
here.
name is... So good to see you and hear from you. You know, I can feel your warmth and energy from over the phone. My name is Joseph. I'm from Oregon.
Hi, Joseph from Oregon. How you doing? That's a place that I'm determined to visit. So, Joseph, we got to figure something out. I need to come out to Oregon and fire up the crowd and get them in beast mode.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's a great place to have that kind of energy. And honestly, I've this is my first time on the call. I really loved it. Thank you so much. And I was actually at the I was actually at the workshop this last weekend with Les, and it was just incredible. I had to leave halfway through it because of a family emergency, but the half that I was even there for, it was just, it blew me away.
Awesome, Joseph. I'm so sorry I missed you. I came in Saturday to meet up with the team, and I got to meet some of the amazing people there. But, Joseph, you are now connected to the family. You are a part of what we're doing. Just stay connected. Keep moving forward. We hope that everything with your family emergency has turned out all right. We appreciate you jumping on the call tonight, and we look forward to hearing what you are going to accomplish and the results that you're going to get because you're investing in yourself.
Just to speak on my success and a message to all the listeners out there, I started listening to Les about 5 years ago. I heard one of his speeches, and it spoke to me like it does to all of us. And I've reached some of my biggest goals and dreams, and the payoff, it's just priceless. I mean, going to different speeches, going to different workshops, it's worth it. And the payoff has just been so incredible for me. I'm a performer, and now I'm performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people and speaking in front of high schools and different groups and communities and organizations, and it's just incredible, the impact. I was just like everybody else, stumbling, couldn't get onto my feet, and then you just hear the right message, the right word, and something happens inside of you. Something happens where it changes you, and it's just a momentum. You pick up that momentum, like you said, you sustain it, and that triumph, it's incredible, the impact and how you feel, and where it takes you. You can never imagine. You can never imagine who you will be and where you will go, and it's possible.
Absolutely.
It's possible.
It's possible. You got it. You got it, Joseph. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing your voice on this call. I can take about 2 more callers because I have to get ready for another call. Hello. I hear you. You. Speak to me.
Hey, my name is Selena Tate. How you doing?
Hi, Selena. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and somebody introduced me to go listen to Les Brown motivational speaking, and since that day I have been so inspired, and just being on the call tonight with you has been so inspiring, and I'm very humble, and so humbling to hear, just like Joseph got on the line, so many other people who have been touched by your program and Les Brown. It's very humbling, and I just want to encourage y'all to keep doing what you're doing, because you're motivating us to keep pushing forward. Quick background, 17 years in the foster care system, first out of my family to graduate from high school, 2 college degrees, and I just want to encourage everybody out there that they could do anything they set their mind to. I'm basically seeking to be a motivational speaker for myself right now for foster care. I feel nobody else is doing that. Yeah.
I'm going to stop you right now. You're not seeking. You are speaking, and I want you from today on to claim what you have, that you are going to impact the lives of those who have been in foster care, to let them know that does not determine their future, that 17 years in foster care, you were still able to achieve 2 college degrees, and now you're going to turn around and show those who are currently in that situation how they can have the tools necessary, what you were able to hold on to, what helped inspire you to now be able to have your degrees, to be a functioning part of society and adding value. So you are a speaker. All you need to do is just align yourself with additional training and support from whoever you choose to invest your time with, but you are already doing it. You're not waiting to do it. You got it, Selena? You are Selena, motivational speaker for foster youth, and you will develop it as you go. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but if you walk in tomorrow and find a foster care agency and just ask them if you can have a conversation with their young people who might be in the building, I guarantee you they'll look at you and say, really? You're not charging me for it? I just want to speak to them. And you speak to them, you record it, you start now. You don't wait till it's perfect. You don't wait till next week. Selena, these young people need you. They need your voice. They need your example. And they need to know that their current situation will not determine their final destiny.
Thank you so much for that confirmation.
You are welcome. You are welcome. And I want to hear about it when you tune into this call again, okay?
I'd like to be the last one.
All right. The last one. Okay, I hear two people trying to be the last one, so let's go. Eeny, meeny, miny. All right.
Okay, Audrey from St. Croix.
From St. Croix. Oh, I have to give it up from the island people. Yes, go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about. Good night, everybody. That call was awesome. I want to thank you so much. Beast mode. I am in that mode. And what I'm doing right now is that I have 2 free conference calls, one in the evenings on Wednesdays and one on Monday mornings, and just a prayer line. These calls are called Dream House and Igniting Your Dreams, because we want people to come in and be able to ignite the dreams and believe and go out and act on it.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you're doing that in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. We need you to continue doing that. Awesome. Awesome. So you got to keep us informed on your progress. Remember, people are waiting on you. They need you. We have to move with a sense of urgency. Beast mode is all about getting it done. So thank you so much for sharing that. And
thank you, everyone.
St. Croix, we appreciate you. And one more, the other young lady that was trying to get through.
All right, me. This is the $1 million question, the last one. Stacie, what happens? What do you do when you get burnt out? Because you go 1,000,000 miles a second. So what do you do when you get burnt out?
I love that question. What a great way to end the call. So here's the deal with burnout. Burnout means that we're not functioning from our overflow. That means we're serving from our cup. And the only way, and I'm going to mute the call out so everyone can hear this clearly, but hold on. I'll be right back with your answer.
All callers are muted.
I just heard background noise, and that was an awesome question to ask, and I want to answer it, and I want everybody to hear. So burnout happens when you function in a consistent way of serving from your cup instead of serving from your overflow. I love when Ilana Van Zandt talked about that, serving from your overflow, and my dear friend Lisa Nichols mentioned it in a talk, and I started to think about it. And here's what happens. This is where burnout comes from. When we are so eager to help everyone else and to give of ourselves, which is not bad, but we do it without working on ourselves and making sure that our cup is full so that when we serve from the overflow, we're not depleted. Just like when you go on a plane. I was flying back today, and as I was listening to the stewardess give the instructions again over and over, put your mask on first before you try to assist others. So to avoid burnout, you have to work on you. And if you're at the place where you've hit a wall and you just don't know if you can take another step, breathing is difficult because you're just that burdened down and you feel completely burned out. That's the indicator that you have to pause, you have to put everybody else on hold, and you have to turn and focus inwardly on filling yourself back up from the inside out. And it's a process. And when I work with people doing my 21-day intensive, it allows you to really go deeper in you to find out, why do I follow this pattern? Why do I always end up in this place where I'm burnt out, disgruntled, and upset, and everybody else that I've helped or everyone else that I'm helping is happy, and I'm left holding the bag, so to speak? And in order to avoid that, you have to constantly be in a place of refreshing, refilling. Sometimes that means that you have to get more rest, physical rest. We do need to sleep. Sometimes it's maybe changing our diet, that physically we're not honoring our body. We only get one body. So we have to treat it right. Just like a car needs oil and retooling and checkups, we have to take care of ourselves. So it's a combination of things in our mental, our spiritual, our financial, and our physical self that needs to be nurtured in order to renew ourselves when we are burnt out and to prevent ourselves from getting to burnout. So it's a process. And, you know, unfortunately, I don't have the time tonight to go in depth in that. Maybe I'll present that on another call. But there's a process by which you have to pause, take inventory on what's happening with you and make sure that as you serve, as you do all these wonderful things, all the goals and dreams that you have, that you're serving from your overflow. Because the worst thing in life is to be so concerned about getting it done that we forget to take care of ourselves in order to sustain the work. So beast mode requires us to really be in a place where we're serving from our overflow. So that's just a little bit about how to combat burnout and how to avoid it. I hope that you can take that and just marinate on it a little bit. But the main thing is that you have to stop all of the activity around you and focus on you from the inside out, replenishing yourself, reading some more material that will inspire you, listening to words that will encourage you, taking time to just have a brisk walk and clean, fresh air, learning how to breathe properly and to breathe deeply. I'm not telling you all to run out and do yoga because I barely can get one pose in, but I know how to stop and breathe. So these are some of the little things that you can do to help yourself if you're in the burnout mode or approaching it, and then ultimately being in a place to be empowered not to get there, because we can't have you burned out, because burnout means you won't be able to complete your beast mode and get it done. So I hope this has truly been helpful to all of you. I thank you for your questions. I thank you for your comments. I want you to please connect with Mr. Brown on Facebook. That's brown.less. He's always putting in information and thoughts that can inspire you, and you can share in the community that's there. You can follow on lesbrown.com to find out about upcoming events and programs. If you want to connect with me on social media, you can do that as well. And I am Stacie N.C. Grant. That's Stacie NC, like North Carolina, Grant, on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitter, Blab, you name it, that's what I am on those platforms. And then for all of you on the call tonight that text the word sunshine to 63975, I promised you that you would get a recording of tonight's call, you would get a copy of Beast Mode Decoded, and you would get information on how to become a platinum speaker with Les Brown. So it's been my honor, my privilege to share this space and time with you. I thank you again for opening up your hearts, lending me your ears, and being open to the words that I was sharing with you tonight. And not only for it to inspire you, but for you to move from inspiration to results. So let's go, everybody. Hashtag Beast Mode. This is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant, depending on you to walk in your destiny. Look forward to hearing your voices again next week, and make it an awesome day and an even more incredible life. Bye-bye, everyone.